Check. 1, 2. 1, 2. What is this? This is the Homing from Work podcast. And this is me, Simon, calm as ever. And I wanted to start a little podcast because I have a lot to say and we need a platform to say it. You know what I mean? I go live on TikTok a bunch and I talk some shit, but I wanted a platform where I free flow and I'm not interrupted by different comments. And the first topic that I wanted to go over is why I did it, because it's come up a bunch, especially with the more meme creators chop up my content and put it on their site. The more articles, interview me or not interview me and then twist it for their little flip, the more I feel that I should get my side out and about. So this is going to be this. This podcast in general is going to be life. My plans going forward, what we're going to be doing with the rompers, how we're going to be homing from work in the future, what's the glow up, what's the fallout, consequences of actions. It's gonna be everything. It's just homing from work, baby. But the first podcast, we're going to talk about why I did it. There will be also a YouTube documentary. I'm putting something together with one of my friends. I haven't started because I got a lot of stuff going on, but putting something together with one of my friends, we're going to do a whole backstory, but this is going to be this podcast. We're going to talk about why I did it. And I wrote an article, so I'll be not reading it, but I'll be going through it kind of point by point and expounding on different things that I think needed to be expounded on. The first thing I wanted to say was that this whole thing wasn't initially meant to be a whole thing. It wasn't meant to be a protest. It was simply a cool way to make money. And I say that I have in the past done a billion things to save money, because when you can't make more money, then you just have to come up with creative ways to save money. And the biggest cost, if you go and you download mint.com, or my friend has a website, it's called something, and I'm going to remember it by the end of this. Damn it. Let me find it right now, because it's on his Instagram, and I should be promoting my people. His name is Lucas. I should be promoting my people. Okay. It's called Billow Finance. Okay. Billow Finance. If you download an app or go on a website like Billow Finance, which is the one you should use, not mint.com. Mint.com is fire, both, but support my boy. If you use one of these apps, the biggest cost that you're going to see there is your rent. And so naturally, I think, how can we get rid of that cost? Now, one way you could get rid of that cost is by buying a house, but then you're just replacing the rent with a mortgage. Now, at least your money is going somewhere and not just being wasted, going down a hole of nothingness, right? It's better than that, which is rent, is just going down a hole of nothingness. So it's better, but that means you have to be more responsible and you have to save or have some situation where you do money down. I don't know. You have to do something. I'm not a real estate person, but you got to do something. The other thing you could do is not pay rent at all. And you can do that by living not in an apartment. There's many not living in apartments things that you can do. You can live in a tent. You can live in a car. You can live in a van. You can live in a truck. You can live in a teepee. Teepees, we should bring teepees back. We love teepees. I was in a teepee in Russia, but it wasn't to sleep there. It just was a teepee out in the middle of the woods, and it was part of the park. Neither here nor there. We love the teepees. It was near Sochi, Russia, by the way. Sochi is a very cool city. Krasnaya Polyana. If you ever go to Russia, Krasnaya Polyana is a town very close to Sochi. And that's where all the nature is. So that's where people go skiing. That's where people go on hikes. That's where there are like wild horses out there that you can see. There's apparently some leopards in that bitch. Some actual leopards. You're never going to see them because there's like 4 of them. And they are very good at hiding. But they're there. So if you ever get the opportunity, Krasnaya, very beautiful place. And maybe I'll edit this and put some photos when I'm talking about stuff. I don't know. Because also, this is going to take a lot of time to edit, and I may not edit it. I may just put it up. I might just put it up. I was saying something that was important, and now we have to remember what it is. We were talking about... Oh, we're talking about the performance and man, this is going to be such a shit show of a podcast. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about, but the initial video was not meant to be all that shit. It was, the biggest cost is rent. So you got to get rid of rent. And another way to get rid of rent is to live somewhere. So for me, I'm always looking to save. So if I ever miss flights for airports, I just sleep in the airport. I've slept in an airport for probably 3 or 4 days. There was one time I missed like 4 flights in a row, and I'm not even going to talk about that day. It was a very interesting day. It was a few days. You say, how do you miss multiple flights in a row? And it's just, you miss the first one. The second one, you are doing some work, and a cute girl walked by, and you're like, I should talk to that girl. And then you didn't, but she was going on your flight, so you should have talked to her, and you didn't. And the flight closed, and you had headphones in, so you didn't see. Cool. You got booked for the next day, and then you were asleep, and that flight left. And then the next one, you just missed it. So that's just how you could do that. It's really an impressive thing. I'm proud of myself. No, I really questioned my self-worth in that moment. But, dude, I don't know. It was a lot. 100%. So I've always been that, hey, listen, I'll come up with ways to save money. And when it came down to it for this situation, when I realized when we had that conversation on the Monday, somebody wants to connect with me on LinkedIn. Maybe they want to give me a job. So we gotta accept people real fast. I do have a really interesting lead for a job, by the way. I might work in Web3 with NFTs. I will work with NFTs, which will be really cool. I might work in the education place. So we're gonna see how that goes. I had a conversation today. It went very good. So we're excited about that. Get rid of rent. So it was a natural thing when I found that I wasn't getting a raise and I wasn't going to have enough money for the raised rent. And I found this beautiful apartment building that my company owned downtown Seattle. This thing was 7 minutes from the bars. 7 minutes. You could go to Belltown, which is a part of Seattle, which is like all bars, cute little shits, like we love it. And then there's Capitol Hill on the other side. And you can just go either way. You can go either way. It was amazing. It was the perfect thing, and I was like, honestly, this works out a little bit better because I get to save money. I'm going to use my home as a microphone handle. I get to save money, live better. Walmart. We didn't get the brand deal for Walmart yet. Okay, we got to skip that. My company's office was in downtown Seattle. So it was a perfect situation, honestly. My rent was going up. And we had the right spot. Now, the next part is everyone asks, why did you record it? Why did you put it on the internet? It's because I record everything. And I only recently started putting it on the internet. So something that I'm going to be doing is maybe I'm going to set up a Patreon or some platform like that where I'll just start releasing the old audios of myself. I have been recording videos of myself for years, for probably 5 years. And I've never posted it anywhere because it's unpostable. Because 99% of my thoughts and opinions, especially in strange moments in my life, are very cancelable and unreasonable. But I was a very opinionated person, and I would rant to myself instead of ranting to the world. And it's kind of interesting to see the way my mind was working and the different things that I would come up with to have a conversation about or to have a thought about. Very interesting. I've lived so many different weird little lives. It's really something special. It's really something special. And I will do that. I'm going to start putting stuff together for that. There's so many things where I broke up with a girl and I was crying. It's just sad. There's some sad stuff. There's some happy stuff. There is just so many audios, so many things. Maybe I'll have like a YouTube thing. I think you could do a member thing, but you have to have a certain amount of subscribers where like only they can access certain videos. maybe we'll do that. But I record everything, and I only recently started putting things online. Probably like 2018, I started to edit videos and edit photos and put them on the internet. And when I started doing that, it gives me so much. It's so pleasureful. It's so pleasuring. It's pleasureful. That's a word. It's so pleasuring to create something and then to look at it and be like, damn, you fucking killed that. You killed that shit. That's amazing. Love that. I love that energy. Love that. We are here for it. And I've been addicted to that. And honestly, that's the biggest thing with all of my most recent creations. I look at them and I'm like, this is timeless. This is beautiful. The video that I recorded that went viral, honestly, that's very untimeless. That's very dated. I already listened to it and I'm like, this is just ridiculous in the moment shit. I'm not proud of the construction so much. It was just, we just went absurd. It was just levels of absurdity. So that's the second part that I want to talk about. First of all, I upload everything, and it is what it is. Did we do it to be famous, to sell rompers? I mean, yes and no. Like, yes and no. Would I prefer to have a life as a content creator and as a person who sells rompers? Yes. At every moment, yes. That's why we're creating content. Like, I would love to do things that I would love to do. It's like, you know, somebody who's like selling somebody else who's selling clothes, and they're like, hey, there's a Target wants to buy your clothing, and you're like, you wanted Target to buy your clothing, and you're like, yeah, that's why we're doing it. We're not doing it for nothing. So, but was it a calculated stunt to bring down a company or to talk some shit? Absolutely not. We're just making stuff, and some stuff goes and some stuff doesn't, and none of my stuff ever went. I made some wild ass videos, and the people who have been on my TikTok I've been scrolling through like, who the fuck is this guy and why haven't I seen him before? Because my shit is wild. But algorithm wise, you know, there's no hook point, there's nothing to like bring people in, and now there is. So that's, you know, and we uploaded to TikTok because of the algorithm. It's the most organic reach that you can get on a platform. It's amazing. No other platform has anything close to this. Maybe YouTube, kinda, with YouTube Shorts, maybe, but Instagram's like nothing compared to this. You have some of these meme accounts, but Instagram is so full of just copies and people stealing content and bots. It's just nonsense. It's really kind of dead. I prefer Instagram for actual communication with people, but as far as actual content making, I'm like, nah, on Instagram. Like, I do like making my photos, but taking my photos and uploading and creating them and even uploading some reels, but it's just, Instagram just ain't it. It really ain't it. But they're getting better. They're doing what they can do. But I don't know if they're not gonna overtake TikTok. TikTok is the GOAT at this point. I don't know how anybody's gonna catch up. But you never know, right? God knows Instagram was the biggest thing like 3 years ago. So thoughts on my corporate work. So obviously I posted the video. We all know what happened. Y'all saw what I did. Y'all saw the follow videos. If you didn't see, go to my TikTok. It's tiktok.com/calmsimon, something like that. Or just like get on tiktok.com and type in my name, Calm Simon, and you'll find it. And I don't even know what I'm saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we saw the aftermath of all the stuff that happened. And so now I want to give my general thoughts, like, on corporate work in general. I honestly expect the worst from a lot of employers because it's just literally a part of the system to maximize the value that you're getting for your investment. That is part of what it is. So theoretically, part of this contract, it's supposed to be mutually beneficial. You get some compensation for the work that you're getting, and they get some compensation as for the investment that they're getting and for the work that they're doing kind of through you, for setting up the opportunity and putting together all the people that are necessary to get something done. They get some sort of payment as well. So just in general, it's supposed to be this mutually beneficial system that, and it does work. I mean, it's created a lot of value on this planet, and it is beautiful when it works. Unfortunately, what I see is that, especially when it comes to bigger companies, when it's a smaller company, there's some humanity to it. So when your boss knows you, your boss has met your kids, your boss knows your wife's name, he knows what you eat for dinner. And when you have that level of a relationship, yeah, I mean, some people still get fucked over, but it's a little more evil. It's a little more fucked up to, when you know somebody on a personal level and you're choosing to mess with them. That, I think, is less common. But I do find when you get these companies that get bigger and bigger, you lose that humanity. The CEO of Arcadis does not know who I am. He might know now. He might know now, but he didn't know who the fuck I was, and he still probably doesn't give a shit. They deleted all the Google reviews, and they dealt with me, and they fired me, and they got me out of there, okay? He doesn't care who I was. He doesn't care who I am. He's not going to care who I am in the future. And that is how these companies work. They want to divorce themselves from the human part so they can really get super calculated and squeeze every dime, nickel, and penny out of work out of people without compensating them, and shove that money to their investors so they can get a little bit more money, and so their investors can get a little bit more money. That's how it goes. And as we remove more and more of that humanity, we get situations where a person can work 80 hours, 60 hours a week, 40 hours a week, do the majority of work on a team and still make less than other members of the team and be paid 50% under market rate. Situations like that can only happen in these, I won't say it can only happen in these larger companies, but I think it's common when you get to these larger companies. And to be honest, to bring it back to myself and my own personal responsibility, I do think it is the employee's responsibility to know their worth. You got to know your worth first of all, you got to know your worth as a person in general. In relationships, you got to know if somebody is dealing with you a type of way, you got to be like, I know, walk. You got to be able to, we got to be able to have some standards for how we are treated, not only on a personal level, but also on a corporate level, just across the board. You got to know your worth. And so for me, that's something that's important. So I always have my ear to the ground. I'm always listening. I had my LinkedIn profile active. I just left it open, and just somebody wants to slide in my DMs and want to have a conversation, we could have a conversation. So the whole time, while I'm working at this company, especially like after about 7 months in, we started getting messages. We got a message from Meta. We got a message from Microsoft. We got a message from Thermo Fisher. Some of these bigger companies, we start having these conversations. And we're getting, verbal offers. We're getting even some offers to interview, but for me, I knew that I was going to get a performance review, but that didn't end up happening. But that's what, I didn't pull the trigger on anything because I assumed the best. But really, you really gotta, you gotta know your worth, and that's for me. I knew my worth. I knew I can get a job after this. I know no matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay because. First of all, I'm going to be okay regardless. Even if I can't get a job at one of these corporations, I'm going to be okay. I can go teach English. I can go work at a warehouse. I can go do so many jobs. I can go I can go to China right now and make the same amount that I was making teaching English. I don't know if they'll let me in at this moment, but I could go do that. I could go to Russia right now and be famous. Why wasn't I famous when I was there? I was working on it, okay? But I lost. Listen, I was working on it, and I was close, but I gave up because it just meant I was dealing with some stuff, It was a little ex-girlfriend, all this stuff. It was a whole thing, but we were close. They knew me. They knew me everywhere, but we needed to take it to the next level, but we weren't able to take it to the next level. I think TikTok would have helped us take it to the next level, but now TikTok and Instagram are gone from Russia. So I don't even know how we would make it in Russia now, but I think if we went to Russia, it would be for fun, and we would content up this bitch. Neither here nor there. Expect the worst, know your worth, and know what your options are. I have no ego about my pay. I have no ego about dropping back down to $10 an hour working at Sam's Club. It is what it is. If I got to do what I got to do to get by, I got to do what I got to do. If I got to sleep on a friend's couch, if I got to buy a tent and go to the woods, to me, I have no ego about these things because I've been in wild situations before. I know it's not the end of the world. A lot of people have this big thing built up in their mind. What's going to happen if I'm homeless? I'm going to lose it. It's like, you're just going to sleep outside. What? There's no issue. Then you don't have rent. You get to save a fuck ton of money. It's a good opportunity. Get super comfortable. Buy a gym membership. Stay clean. It's not a reason to let yourself go and quit everything. It's not a reason to start doing drugs. It's not a reason to do it. It's a great opportunity. I know a bunch of people. I say a bunch. I know like 3 or 4 guys who were homeless at a time, and now they are making 10 to 20K a month, and they're doing fantastic. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story. They didn't give up. Homelessness, like being homeless, and I'm not homeless. I'm just saying, if I ever needed to be homeless, it is what it is. We'll be homeless for a little bit. I got no ego about it. We'll do what we got to do to get by and have a great life. And this is another part. There's 2 things, and I'm derailing a lot from my article. There's 2 things: happiness and comfort. There's 2 things, which I don't think either of those things should be the goal. Because first of all, happiness, if you want to be happy, just do a fuck ton of drugs and you're going to be happy. I think as humans, we want something bigger than that. We want something deeper than that, something more real. Because if you want to be happy, just do a bunch of drugs, you'll be fucking very happy, and that'll be fine. But we want some purpose. We want a reason to get up in the morning, and that's bigger. Purpose is greater than pleasure. I heard that in a song by Nick D. I don't know if he came up with that shit, but it is fire. Purpose is greater than pleasure. So along the way to find that purpose, you might have to give up some of that pleasure. You might have to slave away. Slave away sounds wild. You might have to study for a bunch of time, hours even. You might have to, you might have to sleep outside. You might have to live in your cubicle. You might have to do a lot of things to do the things that you want to do. And should you have to? Probably not, but that is not the point. Point is, the system is the way the system is, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do what you got to do. And for me, I've had to do I've been homeless. I was homeless in Russia for a few days. Got a MacBook stolen. It was a whole thing. Sad, very sad. It was a very expensive computer. I loved that MacBook, and I haven't had a Mac since. I've been on this PC game. I fucking hate PCs. I just fucking hate PCs. They're so bad. All of them. No exceptions. I don't care. No exceptions. And so it was but I mean, it is what it is. I've lost, I've had things stolen. I've lost things. I've been in the streets. I've lived in cars. I've lived in tents. I've slept on buses, trains. I've slept in cubicles. It's okay. You got to go back down. You have a chemical engineering degree. You got to work at the supermarket. Work at the supermarket. It's what? Do it. Yeah. So, know your worth and know your options, and don't be afraid. Somebody said this about negotiation. If the number one thing with negotiation is you legitimately have to be able to walk away from the deal. If you can't walk away, you have no leverage. You have to look somebody in the eye and say, this is what I want. And they say, I don't know, we want to give you less. And you're like, well, thank you, but no thank you. You got to be able to have that. Even if you don't have a better opportunity, but you know your worth. Hey, you know what I mean? Or take that opportunity and then leverage it to get better opportunities. I don't know. All these situations are different. Talk to your doctor. All these situations are different, but talk to your doctor and get the best recommendation. But comfort, know your worth. I don't know. And then I want to say about comfort, yeah, sometimes it's just got to be a little uncomfortable, but that's where you grow. Nobody was ever sleeping in bed like, oh, I feel like I've reached enlightenment. No. They reached it when they were fucking at rock bottom. They were like, fucking, I don't know how I'm going to eat next. And then they, figured some shit out. They reached it after a major breakup for the 10th time with the person that they were, whatever. You get better through adversity. You don't get better you get harder, it's stronger, faster, all that shit. This is not motivational. This ain't motivational. It's just real shit. The fuck you talking about? But yeah, I can't speak. There's a subjective place. I'm not cutting anything out, by the way. There's a subjective place that you reach with an employer where they hire you, especially as a young employee, because a lot of companies their business model is kind of, especially this company, is like based on hiring young people that don't have experience and paying them way less with the promise, hey, we'll give you experience to be worth something. Because we have this little paradox, chicken or the egg. You need experience to get hired, but how are you going to get hired if you don't have experience? Which comes first? And what comes first is you getting shit pay in exchange for experience. And sometimes you got to put your time in, but you got to understand, you also got to know your goddamn worth. And you got to know that fucking moment that you're contributing more than you're getting paid. And you got to mark that time. They got to mark that place and time and start the whole time recording. Not literally recording by video, you could, but record like via journal or via OneNote what the hell your contributions are, so that and really put key performance indicators, I call them KPIs, put KPIs in place with your managers so that you can be measured against the standard. So whenever time comes for you to get that performance review, you can just bring up the goddamn PowerPoint and just be like, look at that, and that. I beat all those. Let me go. Let me up to the next spot. And that's how it's got to be. That's how it's got to go. And I got to that place with this company. I definitely, for me, I got to that place with this company with the amount of workload that I was handling. And but for me, I didn't end up walking away because I had a good situation going. I had a free office. I genuinely stayed because of the free office. It was so clutch. I was saving $18,000 a year. Do the math. Do the math. It's $1,500 multiplied by 12. I was going to be paying $1,500 a month on rent, and I switched that up, and I was going to be saving a fuck ton. So that was going to be beautiful. Unfortunately, it didn't end up working out. And by the way, they didn't fire me because I did the homing from work stuff. They fired me because I wouldn't delete the videos. And I wouldn't even use the word they fired me, because they told me, if you want to keep this job with this salary, and by the way, we're definitely not giving you a raise now because we don't like what you did, you're going to delete the videos. And I was like, dude, first of all, I'm going to take this disrespect. Watch your mouth. I'm thinking about the Kevin Hart. I'm thinking about the Kevin Hart line from 40-Year-Old Virgin. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Because I don't understand it, I'm going to take this as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me with the sale. That's my boy. We were at the same smart tech. Anyway, shout out to you if you get the reference. If you don't get the reference, just, I don't know why you're here. You're too young. No, just Google Kevin Hart, 40-Year-Old Virgin. If you haven't watched 40-Year-Old Virgin, one of the best movies of all time, but Kevin Hart in that movie was like before Kevin Hart was even big. Hilarious. One of the funniest parts of the movie. Love that shit. Yeah, we've got the same smart tech. What do I want the takeaway? I don't even know where I was, but we're going to skip forward because I'm bored. And I want this to be done. What do I want the takeaway to be? What do I want the takeaway to be? This should be somewhat inspirational. And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be corny, but I do want to say it like this. I do a lot of the things that I want to do. If I have a thought and I think about it and I'm like, yeah, I want to do that, then I find a way to do the thing that I want to do. So if I want to save $2,000 a month, then I go, how do I save $2,000 a month? Let's get rid of the rent. If I want to move to another country, let's look up the opportunities in that country and then let's call people and let's text people and then let's move there. That's what I did in Russia. Do I want to learn a new language? Cool. I look up 15 apps and then I look up, hey, can I teach English in that country? And there you go. I'm in Russia learning Russian for free because I'm teaching English for a school. And then I have my housing paid for and I'm getting a salary on top of that shit. If you want to do something, figure out a way to do it. A lot of the times I find with some of these conversations, and I know a lot of people, and this is the other part, like people reached out to me and it's sad. Like some people are they're stuck, for lack of a better phrase. They're stuck. And it's hard to get unstuck. When you're working long hours, you have kids, you're in this weird location of poverty where like if you make more money, you'll lose some of the assistance that you get. But if you need to jump that gap of making more money to get to a place where you can so you get to middle. There's like a little chasm in between poverty and middle class, and if you're in the middle of that chasm, it can be very difficult to stay alive because you don't have the assistance, but you also don't make enough to afford the lifestyle. And that's kind of where I was in Seattle. I was like, I'm not in poverty, but I'm also not making enough to afford to really live here. It was in that middle chasm, and but it's up to you to me. It's up to you to change that. Unfortunately, it has to be. That's the only way. Because if you're relying on the system, if you're relying on capitalism or the lawmakers or the business to have some level of empathy and to help you out, my friend, you're going to live your life in hell and pain, and it's not going to be a fun time. Truly. For me, and that's why even through all of this, it's like I'll take responsibility. I posted the video. I chose not to take the videos down. I knew I had opportunities after this. I was like, fire me so I can get my PTO, so I can get this thing, so I can get the hell out. I thought I was going to get some severance. I didn't, and that's why I'm like, Arcadis. Fuck y'all. And the other thing is there's no repercussions to like underpaying motherfuckers. That's the other part, which is annoying. They're just it's a B2B company, so they get to just move on and keep paying people, far under market rate, and that's just okay. And to me, it's mildly, it's like, come on, can we get better? Can we figure out something as a society to like, I don't know, not punish, but just like change this? And I think part of the thing is like transparency on salaries. Companies always harp on do not tell anybody your salary because they know if you know what other people's salaries are, you're not gonna settle. If you know that person beside you is making 93K and you're making 70, you're like, excuse me, I'm doing the same work as them. Why are they making more? Is there no objective standard for the value that I'm providing to the company? And there could be. We can put in, God knows, you could put in different, KPIs and be like, yeah, if you provide this amount of value, we give you this amount back. But they want to skim off the top. They want to get, they want you to contribute 3 to 4 times more value than you're getting paid. It's actually the most eye-opening thing if you work in consulting and you have to manage some of these bid packages. Bid package is basically when when a company says, hey, I want forks. And then 3 fork companies come and say, we want to give you forks. I will give you forks for $1 a fork. And the other company's like, I will give you forks for 99 cents a fork. But it's interesting to watch them to see how much they charge for your time and see how much they're actually, and compare that with how much they're paying you. So as a project manager, they could be charging the company that they're bidding to $200 an hour, maybe even $250 an hour. And then they could be paying you $40 an hour. Can you do some math on that? 250 minus 40. That means they're pocketing $210 an hour off of the back of the work that you're doing. That's insane to me. There should be a way more equal split of that shit, in my opinion. It is more of an opinion, but it's also like, yeah, I mean, that's absurd. Like, can you, and they can afford to, that's 50 per, you're taking I can't do math. You're taking a 20%, I don't know. You're taking like an 80% profit on this, on off of the back. Ridiculous, wild. So I think it could be more fair. I think it could be more fair, especially in this industry, especially when they're like, I can see how much you're charging for me. Anyway, what do I want the takeaway to be? Yeah, you gotta make yourself better. You gotta put out for yourself. And so some of the comments that came at me, especially on the memes, were, this guy, you need to make yourself better, and then you need to apply to more jobs. And I'm like, yeah, I actually agree with you kind of in general, but bro, you don't know me and you don't know my situation. So F out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm the one. Anyway, I'm a god and I'm the one. I know everything. I'm being facetious and I'm not. I'm a little bit of both. No, but I mean, on a real level, yeah, you gotta put out, you gotta make your own life better, because God knows no one else cares enough to make your life better other than you. You gotta do your own thing. And if you're stuck, yeah, do your best. I hope the system changes, and we will all be working towards changing the system for people like you. But if you are not stuck, boy, you better get your ass up. Boy, if you don't get your ass up. Controversial, and it's controversial. I know Kim K just came out. She's like, you need to work hard. And everyone was like, listen, bitch, you came from money. Like, a lot of stuff. We're all starting from different positions. Yes, all of that is valid. And I had the opportunity, the privilege even, of getting a college degree. And not a lot of people get that opportunity or the privilege. Not a lot of, people that even look like me, not a lot of people from even smaller towns. Albeit I got it with a little bit of debt. I think we could all get a little bit of debt. That's free. They'll let you go into debt. Get a software engineering degree if you're going to go to school. Don't go to school. Like, go to school for engineering, and that's basically it. If you're in school for anything else, I don't know. I guess nursing is okay as well. But there's like very few degrees left that I would co-sign. I have a very controversial opinion on degrees. I don't think school is a waste of time, but I do think a lot of degrees are jokes. And we all know this. It's fine. But we love them. We love them, and if you love what you're learning and what you're doing, we love it. We just also want you to be successful. We want you to be able to feed yourself. So we also need you to have marketable skills in the market economy that we live in, because we live in capitalism. It is what it is. Maybe we can move towards some other system, but I don't know. We live in capitalism right now. And I have no opinion one way or the other. Whatever situation comes, I'm going to optimize myself for it. I have no opinion. But I will say we should have some sort of, we could have a little more ethical capitalism. I'll tell you that. Okay, we should. There's got to be some check on some of these motherfuckers, goddammit. There's got to be some check. So what's next for me? I don't know. I'm looking into working in Web3. This is my foot. You like my foot? I'm looking into working in Web3. I've done probably the last. I'm in the last of my interviews phase. A few more like radio media interviews, and then we're done. Got the romper business up and running. WePeacock.com. Check that shit out. I'll be putting up a pre-order. I'll put in, because all of the ones up right now it's all custom, except for the alpaca romper. But I'll be putting up a couple rompers for pre-order. Really, the big eggplant energy. We're going big play, and then we're doing the the red sunflower, which I could show both of those. If I could show both on camera. Well, hold up, relax. I'm coming back. Okay, this is not the one that I said I was gonna put up, but this is one of them. This is a romper, and I'm not gonna unfold it because that would mean I have to re-roll it, and that takes energy. And then we have big eggplant energy. Can I show that to the camera? We have big eggplant energy. So if you got big eggplant, you'll be outside. Honestly, I'll go into rompers more in the future because I have a whole theory about rompers, but we'll go over that in the future. I think we're going to do the big eggplant, and we're going to do one of the sunflower one, and we're going to move forward with that. It's going to be like that. For the summer, we got to get to the summer. Summer rompers, baby. We outside. We're going to have a homing from work t-shirt come up. I'm going to use the same fabric that I made as my table, my desktop, my desk cloth table, which will be fun. We love that. And we're going to just put like a homing from work hashtag on it. Maybe we're going to put it in a circle. I don't know how we're going to just structure it. Maybe it's going to be like scribbled. But we're going to have that on there. We're going to love that. That's going to be fun. Is there anything else? We're going to set up, I'm planning a party. I'm planning an event on Saturday, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be my first kind of real event, and I'm going to see how many people I can get there. We're going to charge a little cover thing, and we're just going to throw down. We're just going to have a great fucking time. Super excited for it. There's a DJ that I love. This guy's insane. He's so fun. His name's Trillium, and he's got such good energy. He's the only DJ I have ever seen. He will put on a song and he fucks with his music. He mixes all of it, and he will just leave the DJ booth and just come out and shuffle and just break down with everyone, and it's so fun. He's got hella romper energy. He's ready. I'm going to put him in a romper. We're just going to go ham together. It's going to be fun as fuck. So he's going to be the DJ there if I have a DJ. If I don't have a DJ, then it's just going to be me on the aux. And y'all know I got fire playlists. We might do a little song review. Not today, but we might have that be a segment on here. Because song reviews, I love to present the stuff that I've found recently, the stuff that I'm inspired by, because I be finding a lot of drill remixes, slowed and reverb, and I haven't gone through my Discover Weekly on Spotify in a while, but I was going through pretty regularly, pretty heavy. Oh my God, are they really vacuuming? Ugh, I don't know if you can hear it or not. I hope not. We're going to finish this up soon. So we're going to be doing all that. We're going to start planning trips throughout the U.S. We're going to be doing Chicago. We're going to be doing L.A. We're going to be doing Scottsdale. We're going to be doing South Charleston, Carolina. We're going to be Charleston, South Carolina. We're going to be doing North Carolina, Charlotte. We're going to be doing Dallas. I got a boy in Dallas. Those are the ones right now. In no order. Also, just started talking to this girl about Gdansk. If you don't know where Gdansk is, it's in Poland. So we're talking about Poland. I want to go viral in Poland. I want to be famous in Poland. So we're going to do our best. We're going to set something up, and we're going to go hard in Poland until we're famous. And I'm going to sell hella rompers in that bitch. I don't know if they'll wear it, but maybe I can get a group of the TikTok people to go out in Poland. Yeah, I don't know. What should I say? If you fuck with this, give it a like. If you have any insight or any ideas of my traveling or whatever, throw it in the comments. Yeah, I want a nice little feedback, a little back and forth. This, Lord knows, this is a long thing. But I want to, it was a little community. Maybe do a little Q&A and shit. Do you know what I mean? Maybe have we'll have a Patreon. It's not set up, but we're going to have it at some point. And we're going to maybe do a Q&A on the behind the scenes and that. I also like to do some special things for my the TikTok audience. So follow me on TikTok, Calm Simon. Follow me on Instagram, Calm Simon. And I'll do special things for each audience. Like the TikTok doesn't get to see the pictures. They don't get to see like the textual updates, but TikTok gets to see like more of the art, and they get to get more of a direct in real life reaction to different things that they question or that they ask. And then YouTube's going to be, we have the long form things where I just give an opinion without, I guess I can't even say without being interrupted, because I go on tangents and I forget what the fuck I'm doing. And so it is what it is. But we flesh out some of the opinions that we have on things in the moment, which all opinions can change. And I'm interested in hearing other people's opinions. I'm wrong about everything. I'm open to, like, I've been wrong so often in my life, so it's okay. I just know that I'm probably wrong on something. Educate me. It's more ignorance than it is malice. I tell you that right now. It's ignorance. Oh, it's ignorance. And that's with a lot of people. It's probably, if you're offended by somebody, it's probably because they're ignorant, not because it's a malicious intent. That is going to be everything. We have a lot of plans. We don't know what the fuck is going on in life. All we're trying to do is get through each day and enjoy the moment. Live a little bit. Enjoy. Touch yourself. Not touch. Well, you could. That's part of. You could touch yourself, but just feel something. Open your eyes and just grab a hold of the reins of the life and do it. Do something with it. Fuck it. Jump out the window. No, okay, don't literally jump out the window, but figuratively jump out the window. Figuratively jump out, stop, doing the boring thing that you're doing if you don't want to do it. Like, do something else. You had a dream, do the thing. I am a firm believer, though. What I will say, I am a firm believer of having a steady income while pursuing the thing that you want to pursue. I am a steady believer in that, because that's what I did for a while. And honestly, I built a nice skill set in the meantime. I built a really, I'm a great project manager. I can manage my time pretty well. I can I have different platforms that I can use to manage my schedule, manage my time, and I can get things done in a way that I could not do before this year. So I really appreciate having that opportunity with that company. So I mean, still, while I talk a little bit of shit, while I'm like, I don't agree with getting rid of people's performance raises, all that stuff, I still enjoyed my time with Arcadis and with the client company. I learned a lot. I got way better at my craft just through the gestation of being alone with the material. I don't know if I learned anything from them, but it was way more me trying to be the best version of myself, and that included excelling at the job that I was doing. I learned a lot, and I got a lot better, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to have done that. It was beautiful, and while I am petty, I can at least say that. I will revert to being petty, but I do want to say that. And it's all petty. It's all jokes, right? It's all jokes, but it's some real shit there. It's like, I mean, people reached out to me, also other former, current employees, nobody that I directly work with. I'm not getting anybody in trouble. It's like people that work in different branches around the country. A lot of people reached out and they're like, yeah, man, same shit going on here, but we can't do anything about it. And I'm like, I'm gonna be a voice for the people. You know what I mean? Anyway, we gotta go. We gotta get to business. I think this has been an hour long. How long have we been recording for? What the hell? 48 minutes. That's a solid podcast. That's a solid podcast. I've been talking for a while. I think these will end up being shorter, but they might end up being longer. Honestly, I've been enjoying the sound of my own voice. And as I do more TikTok lives, I get more comfortable riffing on different subjects and talking about them for an extended period of time and fleshing out my opinion. So thank you for joining this. It's been beautiful. Have a great day. And I'll be doing this Mondays and Thursdays. Bye. And